So you guys have already heard that pulse rifles are getting a major buff next season that may see them rise to the top of the PvE meta, and there are tons of people talking about a lot of good pulse rifles that will start to dominate come final shape. I've already seen a ton of videos on Outbreak Perfected, Insidious and the BXR Battle Rifle, which are all great weapons in their own right. But what if I told you that you're all sleeping on perhaps the best kept secret when it comes to legendary pulse rifles? It's already a monster right now in the current sandbox, but next season it will be my go-to weapon for PvE, especially harder content, and may even get me to put down my Zaldi's Bane. That's how good it will be. And it has one of the better origin traits that I've seen for PvE. The best thing about it is that it's craftable, so you don't have to rely on RNG to unlock it, and it gets enhanceable perks straight off the bat. The weapon I'm talking about today is the Solar Legendary Pulse Rifle Adhortative, and we'll go over its perk pool, the god roll combination I recommend crafting, and where it's obtained from and how you can farm it quickly. Before we get into why the Adhortative specifically, let's quickly recap over the pulse rifle buffs. So every single pulse rifle apart from Graviton Lance and Revision 0 is going to see a 20% buff versus all combatants in PvE. 20% is massive and it's against all enemies, remember that. But it doesn't just stop there, we're also getting an additional 15% damage buff to miners specifically, which is going to stack multiplicatively with the 20% buff I just mentioned. So against red bar enemies, pulse rifles are going to be doing 38% extra damage, which is a ginormous buff and definitely going to be meta shifting. Enough for me to start putting my hand cannon down. So why the Adhortative specifically? Well, the Adhortative is a 390 RPM adaptive frame solar pulse rifle, and this is the perk pool. In that first column, the notable PvE perks include Feeding Frenzy, Loose Change, Attrition Orbs, and Heal Clip. And in that second column, we have Harmony, Golden Tricorn, and Incandescent. Let me save you guys some time. There's only one role you want to be crafting here, and that's Heal Clip with Incandescent, which is an S tier combination on a lot of solar weapons. Heal Clip grants you a whopping 120 HP heal, yes, more than half your health after every single kill when you reload. That's life-saving in harder content. Not only that, but it also heals nearby allies for 60 HP, so it's useful for your teammates as well. Moreover, for any solar build, it interacts with Ember of Benevolence and gives you 400% increased ability regeneration, which is like a mini Heart of Inmost Light. That's exotic armor piece levels of power with a single perk here, guys. Enhanced Heal Clip basically gives you a bit more time to faff around before reloading and still trigger that cure ×2. Then we have Incandescent. I've always maintained for primary weapons to be effective, they need to have good ad clearing capabilities and perks like Volt Shot, Destabilizing Rounds, and Incandescent, which are almost a requirement in the modern meta. Incandescent causes a mini explosion which spreads Scorch on a kill. Typically Incandescent spreads 30 Scorch by itself. With Ember of Ashes you spread a bit more Scorch at 40, and then with Ember of Ashes and Enhanced Incandescent you spread 45 Scorch. This is important because Scorch then lasts longer on enemies and you can trigger Ignition a little bit easier with an ability and a couple of kills, especially because next season we won't have Razor Precision. And then we also have the Origin trait, Nano Munitions, which is actually incredible and at maximum capacity can give you something like 84 extra bullets before reloading. So Nano Munitions gives you 25% of your magazine back when you empty the clip. You can gain stacks of nano munition by just standing near allies, and you can get up to 7 stacks of it. If you run the gun with backup magazine, remember minor spec, major spec, and boss spec are going away with the final shape, so that will be the play going forwards without any detriment. You're actually going to get back 12 bullets with each stack of nano munitions, and remember, because we can get up to 7 stacks, that's a whopping 84 extra bullets before we need to reload. And then when we do need to reload, we actually craft the gun in such a way that reload speed is maximized. So in terms of the crafted god roll, what I would go for is Arrowhead Break, Flared Magwell for the reload speed, Heal Clip, Incandescent with a reload masterwork. This gives you a very good amount of reload speed along with the perks you want. Now there are other solar weapons that can roll with Heal Clip and Incandescent. There's actually another solar pulse rifle, the Darkest Before, but it's not craftable, so you're at the mercy of RNG whilst running the dungeon ad nauseum. You also have the Luna's Howl, which can roll the same combination. Again, you're at the mercy of RNG, and if you use this combination on Lunas and don't get a reload perk, Jesus Christ, it takes about 3 business days to reload the gun. Adhortative, on the other hand, we can craft and build it for reload speed specifically, so it doesn't feel as sluggish as Luna's with the same combination. So how do we get the Adhortative? So it's obtained from the Season of the Wish vendor, and you need 5 red border patterns to be able to craft it. Now there's a few good things that's really going to speed up you getting 5 red borders quickly. Number 1, Bungie is currently giving you 1 red border a day guaranteed for Season of the Wish weapons by just running the Coil or Riven's Lair. Riven's Lair literally takes 5 to 10 minutes for 1 run, so you can get 1 red border a day pretty quickly. Number 2, the second way is to focus Season of the Wish engrams into the Adhortative, and if you haven't focused anything for a while, you're probably sitting on a massive pile of engrams to burn. Word of warning though, if you haven't even unlocked the Adhortative yet, then using these Wish engrams on the weapon engram will not drop the Adhortative. I wasted like 50 engrams before finding out, so don't make the same mistake as me. Do need to unlock the Adhortative from the wild, so either playing Riven's Lair or the Coil, or I actually had more luck unlocking these weapons from running the Starcross mission, which can drop the Adhortative from the random chests there, or the final encounter. Once you do have it unlocked, then you can go crazy with your focusing, and it can drop red borders randomly. So there you have it, my sleeper pick for next season. I think Adhortative is going to be very, very strong. If you want to know about 10 other weapons that I highly recommend obtaining for the final shape, then you definitely want to check this video out next. I'm Mr. On It, and that's it for today. Peace out, guys.